Hello everybody, it's Chemical Gamer here, bringing another Pokemon Legends CA video. So in today's video, I really wanted to talk all about Mega Shards here. We're going to be talking not only about whether or not they're worth farming, we're going to talk about the fastest ways to farm these crystals, and just kind of some of the best applications for that, whether it's actually worth using as an experience farm in the game too. So I will go ahead and include timestamps for this video too, so you can kind of bounce around and use this video as a reference as you need. We're going to first talk a little bit about what you can actually earn, and then we'll talk about the process for how to farm these as fast as possible here. So when you get a little bit further into the game, you'll unlock this access to Quasartico Inc. here. And if you go talk to this NPC in the back right corner, I'm sure you probably have already done this at this point if you're at this stage in the game. You can buy all sorts of good things here. We can get experience candies, which will be great for leveling up our Pokemon. These power items, which are going to be awesome for EV training our Pokemon. And if you're not familiar with what that means, like increasing our base points, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of more videos coming up. So be on the lookout for those. And then just all sorts of Mega Stones too that we need. So that'll be really, really awesome. Now, this would be incredible, but the Experience Large Candies, which are probably the most desirable thing to be farming these Mega Crystals for, cost 100. I'd probably just cap out at that if we get maxed out with our 999 maximum inventory space, and then just buy three mediums just to kind of clear out our inventory before we go back and farm some more. But it's going to be super, super easy to farm, and that's what we'll go ahead and talk about now here. So step one is going to be making sure that you're maxed out on the Canari pink plushes. So I did a whole video talking about these, and I'll go ahead and link them in the description below. But if we go over here, if we take a look on the map, we want to be over here in the Rasting Construction and go talk to this NPC. I believe it'll cost 15 colorful screws in total. They're very, very easy to find all across the world. So just make sure you're checking those rooftops and those construction sites. And if we go here, we see we are already maxed out. And this is just going to significantly increase the amount of shards we're going to get from breaking these crystals. So absolutely, before you start farming these, regardless of what stage you are in the game, whether you're just trying to get all the mega shards or mega crystals, or whether you're actually doing this for experience farming, make sure you have this maxed out first. So step two is going to be making sure you have a really good Pokemon to farm those crystals fast. Not all these Pokemon are equal. I found that even Lucario having like extreme speed and some well-ranged moves and stuff feels super, super slow to use. And I found that Pokemon that can fly up on the walls are going to be really nice. So like Garchomp, Gardevoir are great examples of this. But also, I like the larger Pokemon because I feel like they have a larger hitbox. And there are just certain moves too that I think work a little bit better. And so my recommendation, when I played through the game, I played with Gyarados, and that has felt by far the best. It just flies up really fast. It's got a large hitbox. It's got some awesome moves. And it's also super accessible to get. So it's as early as this Wild Area 2 that you can run and get a Magicarp. I think there's even an Alpha one that's level 20, so it's immediately ready to get caught. But if you don't want to go that route too, another really, really great place to go and farm these guys, I believe, is going to be Wild Area 6 here. And if we go fly over here really quick, we go ahead and hop in here, and then I'm going to actually run down by this little river area, ignore these guys here, and these guys are super easy to catch. You can literally just catch them with like a regular Pokeball even at this level, and see that one's level 19 here, level 18. And it's going to take like a few experience candy and boom, you already have a Gyarados. So super, super accessible. You get this very, very early on in the game and you have some great access. Now, in terms of moves that you want, you really just want things that are, you want kind of a variety. I think having a few targeted attacks that just have a nice wide surface area are a good thing. So for Gyarados, if you can level this up, if you're later in the game, you want to level it up and have access to some better moves, that's awesome. If you want to just rely on what you have access to in the TMs, that works too. So I think the Feigns are pretty easily unlocked with the research tasks. I have Ice Feign. That's just kind of a nice targeted one you get access to earlier. Bulldoze can be a nice wide surface area attack, and same thing with Whirlpool, which Gyarados can both learn. And there's plenty of other good attacks too. So right now on my Gyarados, this is just my playthrough Gyarados here. Waterfall is a nice like long ranged attack, and I'll kind of demonstrate that a little bit too. And then I'll just kind of show off how I've been using these moves depending on the patches that I have here. So right now, this is kind of a nice area too. I just kind of go in like the back alley areas in between these large buildings, and then up on the rooftops seem to be the best places to find huge clusters. Those really, really big ones are the ones that you want to find. So for a big one like this, I might just go for a crunch, which has like a really nice wide attack range. Then, okay, I'm going to go for a waterfall here. And Gyarados just makes such quick work of it. Earthquake's kind of nice too, especially if there's a lot that are on the ground. That's where the Earthquake can be really handy. And I think Waterfall will just break those. And you'll kind of get a feel for it too, how to do this. But you just want to run around and just smash as many of these as you can as you're running between these back alleys and up on the rooftops here. Now, if you're lucky enough to have had access to like the Pink Canari plush and you haven't beat the game fully yet, so if you haven't unlocked the Wild Area 20, on that tower area, on that big wall, there are tons and tons of pink crystals, and they respawn in about every 7 minutes. So if you are at a place where you can upgrade your Canari plush, but you haven't beat the game fully, I would highly recommend going ahead and getting this Gyarados early on and just running around and doing a quick lap. You get hundreds and hundreds just from clearing all the crystals around there, and then you can max yourself out. The next recommendation I'd have, even if you don't have that and you're farming these, absolutely do this next step here. So if we go into our inventory here, we have that little rare candy symbol. We can actually go all the way to the bottom of our bag, and that's where we're going to find these Mega Crystal Shards, or these Mega Shards, sorry. We can favorite it, and then now if we press the minus button, I already have mine favored here, we can sort by favorite, so it'll always pop up in the top. So we never want to be going over, and it's good to frequently check after we've been doing this a while. It usually takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to get a full 999, so it doesn't take much time at all. And then you can get a really maxed out inventory. So that's just a really awesome way to do it. And again, I would just recommend hopping from rooftop to rooftop. Once you access the Rotom Glide and stuff, and you can get across those bigger gaps on these roofs too, that's going to make it so much easier to go and find those really big clusters of crystals too. And then the other thing is there's a lot of little side quests and stuff to unlock those like electronic little warp panels to get up to the roofs. They're super, super easy a lot of the time. So if you see a little NPC there or like an exclamation mark next to those panels, I would highly recommend when you run across those, just go ahead and unlocking those just so you have easier access to the rooftops whenever you need them as well. So now that we've talked about how to efficiently farm for these, let's go ahead and just talk about whether or not I think these are actually even worth farming for experience. So undoubtedly, if you want to get all the Mega Crystals, which I would highly recommend that you can get from this NPC here, I would be doing this, and that's going to take thousands and thousands of those Mega Shards. So it's a really, really good method even just for getting that. Also for those power weight items, it's not a bad idea. You can get like a few of these by doing some of the side quests, but if you really want to get a full set of 5 so you can EV train a full team, that'll be a great way to stockpile a lot of those Mega Shards and get those too. But let's say we're just doing this for experience here. Now we want to get our Pokemon ideally up to level 50 so that we can hyper train them and use bottle caps. That's how we're going to be able to get them to be more competitively ready if we want to do online battles. And so we'd be able to get 9 large experience candies. So I'm just going to go ahead and test this here on the Mareep that we get. It's the shiny Mareep that they actually give you, which is pretty cool that they brought that again. I remember the Ponyta from Legends Arceus. It was really nice that they gave us a little free shiny there, which is always good. So let's go ahead and hop into our inventory here, and I'm just going to go ahead and give this guy 9 large experience candies, and boom, level 46 here. And let's just keep testing this more. Let's go and give them 3 medium candies, but you can see right there already, it basically already almost gets him to level 50 here. If we did this another round, then easily we'd have enough to get him, and then start doing another Pokemon. Now that's at max experience. I honestly feel like that's not great. I would probably still stick to Pokemon battling. However, the advantage of having it be experience candy is that we don't have to worry about accumulating unwanted base points from knocking out wild Pokemon or doing trainer battles. So that's a really nice clean way to still get your Pokemon almost to that like battle ready level that you're going to need it at. Now, he was only level 11 too. A lot of the Pokemon that we're going to be catching fresh in the wild area with no stats on them too are already going to be a little bit higher, so that might be enough with just those 9 candy to get it to level 50 and meet that benchmark too. So not a bad strategy overall. Not quite as cracked as it potentially could be. I think it would be nicer if we could actually save up more than just 999 shards in our inventory, but you know, you can't win. So hopefully this helped somebody. I really enjoy doing these kinds of guide videos too. So let me know if there's anything specific you want me to cover. Got a lot of fun videos planned, and thank you so much for watching. This is Gimme Go Gamer out.